Well, we're back again on TALKSHOP, where we tell it like it is and let the chips fall where they may. And as we say all the time, truth crash to earth, we are there, it shall rise again. And the notice that we are giving those who feel entitled to say Ghana belongs to them. So anything is either our way or no way, you know. So their way is Jandam, no. I want to assure them that we shall crash the Jandam with the truth. Oh yes. And as I always say, what time is it? And your normal response is it's nation time, it's nation time, it's nation time. Folks, and before I talk today, quickly reminder, Sunday, you know what it is. The great buffet at the Cactus Creek. Come to a break, and enjoy everything. The lineup is amazing. There's a live band and everything else. So I'm waiting to see you. But let's get on with what is on my mind today, folks. Charlie, you know what they say? Charlie, Ghana, I grow in this. You say, I grow in this, which means we don't take things serious. That's why somebody says Ghana is God's comedy channel. When he wants to relax and see where the people are not serious, not tuning into Ghana. Come on, man, folks. According to, what's his name, Ablakwa, Ora has retrieved about 2,000 plus cases of what? How much we have been looted.
By way of quick numbers, and these are very important numbers, we received 1,493 calls through the toll-free line, 1,493. We also received 924 emails. Fortunately, all of these calls are recorded automatically, and all the emails have also been preserved for verification and validation. So in total, the number of complaints received amounts to 2,417. So those who had any doubt about how relevant and how timely the president's intervention was at the time, this is your evidence. 2,417 complaints received. Where will all of these people have gone if President Mahama had not set up the oral preparatory team?
Muntio, they have been able to retrieve so many cases, 2,000 plus, of cases that show that this country has been looted, among which people have stolen. And check this out, folks. Out of the 2,000 cases, they have submitted only 36 to the AG. Can you imagine? 2,000 cases, what they've been able to compile and submit to the AG is about 36 out of 2,000. And out of that 36 alone, folks, out of that 36 alone, if you're able to retrieve it, I think it's somewhere in the excess of, 20 billion? It's more money than we go to IMF to beg for. Are we crazy?
We want to conclude with some fascinating figures. The 36 cases that we have reviewed in detail, if we are successful in recoveries, we can retrieve as much as 20.49 billion United States dollars. 20.49 billion United States dollars. 36 cases, and that's from National Cathedral, PDS, SML. You have the GMPC salt pond decommissioning. Then we've also done an estimate of the state capture, the lands. If we successfully ask people to pay conservative market value for the lands they have looted, again, the experts are telling us that we can recover about 702.8 million United States dollars. This is how much we can retrieve. So in all, just a summary, the 36 cases, the high amount cases that we put together, and then the land loot, potentially, we can raise about 21.19 billion United States dollars. And that is far more than what we have been chasing the IMF for and subjecting ourselves to all kinds of conditionalities.
Charlie, please think about this very, very carefully. We go to the IMF and we go and beg for money. And they don't throw money at you. It's not a gift. It's not a loan. And in order to pay the loan, they give you, a friend is saying that I think the English word is conditionalities. Conditionalities. They give you the conditions. You go for a loan. But no, folks, let's think 1 second. Oh. You have stolen money from your country. Where we are sika from your country to the tune of about 20 billion. Then you go to the IMF to beg them that, oh, please, can you give us 2 million? Where's the intelligence that we have? And the sad thing is that they don't even give you the 2 billion that you want to. They'll give it to you, but super, okay, here's this small, then here's this small. Where's our integrity as a human race? Where's our integrity as a people? That within us in our own country, we can steal almost $20 million, so that what? When the government comes in and they want to build hospitals and they want to build roads and they want to build for the agriculture sector and everything, they have to go and borrow. Why? Because it's a kind of area. Until a bump is a kind of are we thinking this is absolute insanity? And I'm building this case. So the first thing I want us to be aware of is that Orala has claimed that they have recorded over 2,000 cases. A much more painful claim is that out of the 2,000 cases, even 36 of them can give us 20 billion.
So in all, just a summary, the 36 cases, the high amount cases that we put together, and then the land loot, potentially we can raise about 21.19 billion United States dollars. And that is far more than what we have been chasing the IMF for and subjecting ourselves to all kinds of conditionalities.
And now, do you know the saddest part? How many months has it been? 9 months or whatever? All this talk about we have over 2,000. All this talk about we have 36 cases with the AG. And the heading. Are we serious? AG, and I'm still negotiating to get the AG to appear on a show I have. Those of you who watch Unfiltered. And he says, yeah, he has said, yeah, he'll find time and come. And that's all I'm going to ask him. AG, why? Treat me like I'm a 2-year-old boy and explain to him slowly. Maybe I won't understand. Would they treat me like I'm 2 years old? Why? Is it true that you have 36 cases? And what has happened? And that's not the only sad part too. AG, who is the head honcho of the legal, who should be bulldozing and driving and collecting our looted money for us, we are not feeling it. Out of the 36 cases, not even one. One pair. Not even one. Have we heard that at least it has been successfully prosecuted now? We have collected the money that has been stolen. I don't want to use the word loot anymore. A thievery. Not only one. Not only one. And when I sit down with the AG, I'd like to ask him why. Explain to Ghana. Maybe we don't understand. Maybe treat me like I'm a 2-year-old boy and explain to him. Me. And sadly, on the other side too, we have the special prosecutor, who is also supposed to be bulldozing for us. I mean, we had a fantastic press conference and actually was going after Ken Ofori-Atta and all the money he has also stolen from the country.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media, a few minutes ago, I signed a directive declaring a high-profile person a fugitive from justice. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, the fugitive's name is Kenneth Nanaya Ofori-Atta.
Let me concentrate on that for a second. I'll come back to the whole issue. Now there's all this confusion. As people jokingly say, confusion Airbus. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? OSP says, listen, people are saying that I want to protect Ken Ofori-Atta. It doesn't make sense because I was the one that declared him a wanted man in Ghana. That's what he's saying. And it is true. I was the one that declared him a wanted man in Ghana. I am the one that is fighting to bring him. So that's what the OS is telling us. The SP, Special Prosecutor, is telling us. You know? And basically saying that, but the offers to extradite him from the US to bring to Ghana, that one is the job of the Attorney General. So now I come back to Attorney General. Is that your job? And what the hell is preventing you from going ahead to file for the extradition that the Special Prosecutor says is your job? And the confusion mounts because you say, no, don't let the Special Prosecutor just say it's my job. He is supposed to bring me a docket. And when I get the docket and I review the docket with my team and everything, and we agree that this is the docket that is accusing Ken, say, what by a chrono? This is the docket I was sent to the US.
Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta is a subject of a number of criminal investigations, right? I think the one that is popular is the one that the OSP is conducting. And also, that is the one that we are made to believe is in an advanced stage where extradition will be required. And indeed, the OSP has already put the person on red alerts, Interpol red alerts. What it means is that it's a notice to the whole world that this person is a wanted man. But the Interpol alert is not an extradition, procedure. So, if we really want the person to come, we need to make an extradition request to where we believe he is, which is the US. Now, this is what's, and listen to me carefully on this. We are the only authority, that's the Attorney General Office, we are the only authority that can make extradition. But we need a docket from, an investigative docket from the OSP to be able to make this extradition request. As of today, we still do not have a docket from the OSP. We have made several requests to the OSP, written letters, written demands to the OSP, asking that now that you've announced to the world that you are ready to have this person extradited, and there have been communication to that effect that even we've seen communication to the effect that the docket is ready and it's only the Attorney General that can make the. So we have been asking for the docket for a couple of, I think about 2 months now. We still do not have the dockets from the OSP. And so without the dockets, you cannot go to the American authorities and say, this is the person we want him. No, you need to show.
Hey! Massa, I go ahead and so. You've been told that the country has been looted. Money has been stolen. Those who are forming the aura say they have over 2,000 cases. Out of it, 36 alone, the money that are owed us as a country, because they've been stolen from us, is 10 times how much we're going back IMF for. So, folks, what do you two think? Follow me slowly. What do you think? But common sense, just common sense alone will dictate that the Attorney General and the OSP's office will be working together. What is this? How should I call it? Looks like there's a friction. I'm sorry, that's what it looks like. It's like there's a friction. Wait, can't wait. This one is saying this. No, it's not acceptable. So people of Ghana, please follow me. Maybe the pressure should come from the people of Ghana to these two agencies. Say, Charlie, you guys, set the hell up. sit the hell up and work for Ghana. Because I don't understand this confusion. You know, that special prosecutor says, yeah, I did write to the AG. Actually, what happened? I mean, thanks to leaked information that most of us saw on Kevin Taylor's show. Kevin Taylor actually showed a document, which was a letter that, if anything, the OSP had written to the Chief of Staff regarding bringing, extraditing Ken. He showed us the letter. Evidently, the Chief of Staff too said, hey, I have nothing to do with this. This office has nothing to do with it. Let me forward it to the Attorney General. So the Chief of Staff also wrote to the Attorney General and said, this is what is at stake. Are you going to push for this extradition thing? Can you imagine? And the Attorney General saying, oh, no, I would like to push for it, but there's a docket I'm waiting for. And I don't have the docket. So between the special prosecutor saying, you are the one in charge, you're supposed to bring him, and he's saying, well, you haven't given me them everything I need to bring him. Where do we stand? Folks, confusion Airbus. Hey, check this out, folks. This is a state-to-state thing. Oh. The office of the prosecutor's office it belongs to the state. It's a state machinery. It doesn't owe allegiance to the state. The Attorney General's office is also a state thing. So one would think that communication between them is confidential. I think the OSP also came out wondering how that letter has been exposed. I saw the letter when it was exposed on Kevin Taylor's show. But let's go beyond that. What has been exposed? The facts are that Ken Ofori-Atta is still not in the country. And that is a fact. And the fact is that it is the Attorney General's office that has the power to file for the extradition. And the counter fact is this, that they say that the docket that the special prosecutor is supposed to present to them has not been presented. Folks, isn't this like petty and immature for a country like Ghana that is so sadly indebted and working and begging IMF to give us quote unquote conditionalities, say the question of Sikano, and to think that we can actually retrieve monies, and whether and instead of the AG's office and the special prosecutor actually working together. Look, this is my challenge to the AG, Mr. Dr. Dominic Ayeni, and to the special prosecutor, Kisi Ejabing. I beg you. I know both of you are big shots in your own way. Attorney General, you are a big shot. The police is under you, Yoko is under you, all the investigative forces are under you. And you're a big man. And incidentally, the OSP too is a big man. You know, let me quickly say this. You know, before the election, let me even go way back when Kisi Ejabing was appointed. This is what that story was going on. When Martin Amidou resigned from the position and Kisi Ejabing was chosen as his replacement. The rumors were out there. Bebre, if you didn't hear some, they didn't live in Ghana. What were the rumors? Number one, that Kisi Ejabing was put there by Gabi Ochidako. He recommended him. These were the rumors. True or not true, I don't know. I'm only quoting what the rumor was out there, that Kisi Ejabing was put down there, was recommended by Gabi Ochidako. And of course, seconded and agreed to by His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo. So immediately, the conclusion is this, that Gabi ne recommended. And Nana Akufo-Addo secondary recommendation, and you are in the whole MPP. That was the conclusion. Whether it is true or not, that was the conclusion, you know. So from then on, the thinking was that Charlie, this man here is a die-in-the-wool MPP. Guess what? It was around that time that we were going for an election. And the same person, when there was a segment of Jandam from the MPP that were trying to derail Mohammed's second coming. And the best bet that they had was the Airbus. So come on, man. Airbus, Marhama, Airbus, the corruption, Airbus. It became a story again. Even a good friend, what's his name, Usubempa, actually admitted that when things looked like the things were quiet, he wanted to rattle the system. Then he would go and bring back the Airbus issue, because that was what they were going to use to nail Mahama.
I'm saying this on record. Economy Ghana for se come there. Ubi antie de eka. Then makofa Airbus asema ba. Strategically, we see me there. Muna matimia carry Airbus asema ba.
And guess what, folks? Surprisingly, it was Kissie Jabin who came out with documents to clear Mahama.
The OSP investigation found no evidence that former President Mahama was involved or played any role in the procurement and maintenance of the agency relationship between Airbus and Foster and its associates in respect of the purchase by the government of Ghana of military transport aircraft from Airbus. And it appears to the OSP that the direct communications and meetings between former President Mahama and officials of Airbus to close the deal were actuated by good intentions on the part of the former president. The OSP found no evidence that suggests that the involvement of Foster as an intermediary of Airbus and the direct communications and meetings between former President Mahama and officials of Airbus to close the deal between Airbus and the government of Ghana amounted to any corruption-related offense in respect of which the OSP has a mandate.
Do you remember that whole Airbus issue? Kissie Jabin was the one who came out with documents to claim Mahama. So people started saying, this guy, we thought he was a die-in-the-wool MPP. We thought that this was the time when he would actually also jandam Mahama as being part of the Airbus, and he cleared Mahama based on certain evidence that he said the OSP's office had reviewed, and Mahama was clear. Do you remember the rumors then? If you don't know, let me remind you. They said Mahama Abrabon, unless you didn't hear some. They said Mahama had bribed him to come up with that decision. So folks, let's move on. So I'm just trying to paint a picture here of somebody who was allegedly handpicked by Gabi and supported by Nanado, and the general conclusion is that, okay, then it's a die-in-the-wool MPP. And it takes this die-in-the-wool alleged MPP is the one to come and take this tag of the Airbus from Mahama. When he did that, of course, some members of the MPP were so upset with him. Hey, what is this crap? We thought you were with us. Where is this going? We thought you were one of us. And there were so many attacks on him, even physically. People tried shooting him. At one time, there was an assassination attempt on him, once or twice. And I remember too when Paul Adumoche ran him down. Paul Adumoche dedicated the whole shoot to him and rubbished him and ran him down.
But the more you think about it, the more you wonder what is wrong with Kissie Jabin. The more you think about the thing, the more you wonder what is wrong with this guy. What really is wrong with him? I don't get it. The document of the special prosecutor himself, when he was publishing to the media, he omitted the late. What kind of crass work is this? Special prosecutor. Now you are becoming like some, I don't even know what to say. Special prosecutor. You are fighting a media battle to save your image. How did you get here? How the special prosecutor got to the place where he now has to save his image, so he's deliberately obscuring facts to make his image good. How can Kisi Ajabin do that in this Republic of Ghana? All of this is known to Kisi Ajabin. Then he comes to tell the general public that, hey, I fancy that. I don't know whether it is childish, it is petty. It's so irksome. I don't understand it. Anybody who is interested in Ghana will not understand the behavior of Kisi Ajabin. And I'm telling you, viewers, I get calls from everywhere. Judges, soldiers, everybody telling me that, this your guy, what's wrong with him?
So that's when many of us started thinking, hey, there are certain people that when they run you down, it means that they are speaking with a certain backing from behind them. So when he was being run down like that, it was almost like Paul had the backing of the MPP and the president to the ex-president to run him down like that. So let's move on. The government changes, Mahama comes into power, and it's like, wow, is Mahama going to fire this man? Is Mahama going to fire this man? And then in my own small readings, and maybe there's no I should read, I realized that the president can't even fire the special prosecutor. Folks, the president can't fire the special prosecutor. To fire the special prosecutor, there must be a petition. And trust me, under Nanado, there were petitions like this to fire him. But when you want to fire the special prosecutor, you have to petition, and then the Chief Justice will have to review the petition and see what the lawyers call it. Prima facie, the Chief Justice has to see that, there's a prima facie case for this petition. And then he or she will employ three-member committee to see whether or not they can actually impeach the special prosecutor. So I'm saying these things that happened as the MPP. It wasn't like it was a die in the wool or so. It is not clear, So I'm thinking about, he sees himself to us as a guru. The president can't fire him, fellow Ghanaians. Many of you here listening to me are wondering, President Krawanyinedi. No, he can't. It has to be a petition sent to the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice will have to declare that there's a prima facie case and there's enough evidence here to actually impeach him before it goes on. So, or your guy in his own way. The Attorney General too is an Oga. He is responsible for all the investigations, and the police come under him, the CID come under him, Yoko comes under him, the NIB come under him. So he too is a guru in his own right. All I'm saying is that two gurus, please, Ajubre, let's tone down the guruship. Meet. Right now, special prosecutor, what kind of dear? AG OSP dear? Confusion Airbus. I want to see the two of you. I know you are independent, special prosecutor. You are an independent person. You do not work under the AG. That one is for sure. Those who don't know, he doesn't come under the AG. No, does the AG come under him. These are two separate power blocks. But I'm saying, in the interest of recovering our loot, let me say, in the interest of recovering our stolen money, come together. Let's work seriously towards whatever is preventing the extradition, whether it's special prosecutor side rules, association, or get rid of that crap. Look at the charges against Ken. 5 solid major cases of stealing.
1. Contractual arrangements between Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited and the Ghana Revenue Authority for the stated objective of the enhancement of revenue assurance in the downstream petroleum sector, upstream petroleum production, and minerals and metals resources value chain. 2. Termination of a distribution, loss reduction, and associated network improvement project contract between the Electricity Company of Ghana Limited and Beijing Zhaochen Technology BXC. 3. procurement of contractors and materials and activities and payments in respect of the National Cathedral project. 4. Activities and payments in respect of a contract awarded by the Ministry of Health, initially commenced by the Ministry for Special Development Initiatives to Service Ghana Auto Group Limited for purchases and after-sales service and maintenance of 307 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter 305 CDI ambulances for the National Ambulance Service. And 5. Payments out of and utilization of the tax refund account of Ghana Revenue Authority. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, the fugitive's name is Kenneth Ofori-Atta.
Is this the time to power play as to who does what? Both parties must be eager for this extradition to happen. You must all be eager. So the challenge I'm throwing to you today is that please, as soon as possible, please, Special Prosecutor, AG, now you're all working on the same thing for Ghana. And you know that the funny thing is that when we talk about over 2,000 cases, and when we talk about over 36 cases that has been handed over to the Attorney General, it's like, because right now we know what the Attorney General, what about the rest of the cases? I know Ken. I know Ken's. I know Gifty Owari's case. I know Dubuahin's case and things. But there are plenty. Why are just these three things in the media up and down and we are following and we build the watertight? All of this, that's why I was appealing to the president in my last show. Master, you have a two-thirds majority. I don't think that makes you a dictator. But this is the first time that we can actually practice that. You can have your way, but the majority must have its say. And majority, make sure that you have your say that is in the interest of a quick recovery process. Very, very important. A quick recovery process to gather the loot and send it back to Ghana. You have no idea how Ghanaians will rejoice if you have the documentation that these things are happening. And these things are serious, folks. I'll tell you, and I'll tell the president, Mr. President, this will what uniquely will distinguish you as that one leader who came and said, I'm resetting the country and I'm setting the right foundation, and whoever has fallen short of doing the right thing, I will ask you. Folks, you know what is bothering Ghana? I say it all the time. Those of you who follow this show would have heard me say it many, many times, that the more I look at Ghana, the closer I look at Ghana, the surer I become that the greatest thing harming this country is the absence of law and order. But you talk about anything you can think of, whether it's Galamsey, whether it's the loot, whether it's whatever. Think of anything you can come up with, which is a problem that the nation is dealing with. And trust me, when you trace it, it will boil down to one thing: absence of law and order. The funny thing is that we have the laws, we have the laws, we have the regulations, but there is no implementation. So the implementation, which means we are inspecting for these things to happen, doesn't exist. You know, one of the nice saying things I've heard, they say, people do not do what you expect. I'm sure some of you have heard it. People won't do what you expect. What will they do? They do what you inspect. That's it. Someone expect it, forget it. Aye. You are driving without a license, but you're okay. Because if the policeman stops you, you can say something and then go. He won't inspect your driver's license. But if you are driving and you know that actually, I don't have a license, so if this policeman stops me, what am I going to do? But you're okay because you know that when he stops you, he won't inspect. You can bribe your way out. He doesn't have to inspect. So people do not do what you expect. They only do what you inspect. And Mr. President, this retrievement of oral monies that have been stolen actually cements this foundation that you're doing things and you are inspecting it. Everybody will inspect it. And you pay for it. That's why for me, I say that, Charlie, if it is true, and so far looks like it's true, that Mahama wants to reset the amendment support.
Today should mark the beginning of a new opportunity. An opportunity for us to make a difference in our governance and our economic management. We shall reset our dear nation, Ghana.
I've said it. It's not a secret. If it is true that his aim is about resetting, then anything I can do, even on this program, to help Ghanaians understand that we need a change of mind. We need a different thinking. It's not easy. We've been thinking like this since we were born. Some of us are my age, 70, some of us are plus. You know, we have grown up in this misguided way of thinking, and it has become part of us. So resetting simply means that we have to unlearn most of the crap that we have been brought up with. So me, it's not, I don't come here, I don't do anything partisan politics. So yeah, I do politics. Why wouldn't I do politics? Everything that happens revolves around politics, and to be interested in that, I have to do politics, so I do it. But I don't do partisan politics. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Whoever does it, go to hell. It's wrong. If it's right, it's right. Whoever does it, thank you. You know. So let me end up today simply by saying this. I beg, I'm leaving this on this note, that AG and OSP, please stop talking from your different corners. It's all about Ghana. I don't know the truth now. And until the two of you sit down and tell Ghanaians what the truth is. This is a docket, Musaka, where you say, Mufanomra, and tell us when. That now we have resolved everything and we are sending this extradition. So by this time, everything should be clear. Tell us when. Come together. We are working to build Ghana, not our individual macho offices. The only macho is the country called Ghana. And that is where we should put all our efforts and sacrifice. Folks, we need you together. It's not one case. Apart from Ken, there's this SkyTrain scandal, there's this NLA scandal, this MPA scandal, and plenty others. And we just told recently that for Hamid, the charges for him and the 9 corporates has risen from 25 to 54. Who knows, there'll be more. But all I'm saying is that the rot was so deeply embedded. Say, we need you guys to work together. Stop grandstanding. Me OSP, me independent. Me Attorney General, me independent. You know what I'm saying? So that you come together and announce a joint action, so that we, the people who are sitting back waiting, can I finally breathe and start review? Say, okay, now something's about to happen, and something must happen, folks. Because apart from all jokes, we need your collaboration. We need your collaboration. SP, Special Prosecutor, cannot be working away from. No, bring your teams together and collaborate. There are so many cases. I remember when the letter that was exposed on Kevin's show, he said that the Attorney General has actually asked the OSP that please bring your document, and also 2 of the people that are working with you to come and join my team so that we can work together. OSP also replied to say, oh, Charlie, we have sent them. So what the hell is going on? And unless the 2 of you get together as Ghanaians who love their country, as Ghanaians who are willing to retrieve the stolen money. Unless you do that together, you are going to leave all these doubts in the minds of Ghanaians. Yeah, maybe you don't know. I'm sure you know too. The people, what is closely being talked about is that you all have been compromised. Let me catch them. I'm sure you know. They say the AG has been compromised, so and so have paid big money. They say it on the street. I'm sure you hear it. If you don't, I'm telling you. And the same charges that OSP is also facing, that as much as he said he began everything, he's the one that have Ofori-Atta on the ropes and bring him, they say, Charlie, don't mind him. Oh no, so there's some arrangement going on. It is sad. I'm not saying this is true, but I'm saying this is the reality of the situation. Whenever people cannot understand things and translate it properly, then what happens is there's something that comes out called conspiracy theory. Do you know what conspiracy theory is? This is it. Yeah, this man has jumped. This is all conspiracy theories. They may be complete lies, but in the absence of factual things laid before us, these conspiracy theories will emerge. Let me close here. Me and both of them, I've invited them to come and sit down with me. Let's talk. And I'm hoping that they honor my request. And if they do, you'll be the first to know anyway. But let's end up this way. Please. They say when two elephants fight. I don't want to use the word elephant because the elephant is a symbol for one party. So let me put it this way. When two giants fight, there's small local few people around who suffer. So I beg you, giant special prosecutor, giant attorney general, please stop the fight, stop the confusion, come together. Let Ghanaians see that you're all fighting as one people to retrieve the stolen money. On that note, folks, let me end here and I'll come back again to do other things. But until then, the same words that I use all the time. And by the way, somebody asked me, but KSM, this Ghana shall rise again. Do you believe it? You said all the time, do you believe it? I said, yes. Maybe not in my lifetime, but it will happen, folks. It will happen. So until we come back again, folks, Ghana shall rise again.